And it is live from the basements of Chris and Joe.
You mean we weren't live before? I
No,
just
no, we were not.
oh good because I literally broke a 3D print.
Nice.
I had my Enterprise here and I was wishing it around, doing flying motions, and I dropped it, but it's a snap fit, so the back came separated. And I was like, well, I just did that on YouTube. But it turns out I didn't. But now I told everyone about it. So here's a blue skull. Maybe I should do the blue skull instead.
What? Do I have any? I have a blue skull right here. Mine's matte blue.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's that matte forge stuff.
Yeah, the print's
That's
beautiful.
pretty. It does. Oh, man.
Skulls all around.
Let's see. We got the Undertaker from the WWE coming in. I prefer the WWF, like the
The old
Undead.
school.
Yeah, purple and
Yeah.
black. American Badass was okay.
I just miss the WWF, and I'm not talking about like the World Wildlife Foundation.
Yeah, yeah. I watched AEW Dynamite before this broadcast because it's actually pretty decent. Um, I got to watch. You remember Gold Dust?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's on there. So him and his brother Cody Rhodes started AEW, and he was wrestling as Murder Hawk today, and he got his face smashed and bloodied. I don't know if it was on purpose or not. Let's see, we got John Mack and Bob and Paul and Ryan and oh boy, I can't pronounce that. Denatius, Chris Travis in the house, and we got Vince and David.
Good evening, everybody.
Is the complete bear upgrade worth it?
Well, I
that's
mean,
always a good question.
that's all they have now, though. Really,
Yeah.
you can't get the half bear anymore.
Yeah.
At least not from the normal sources.
Yeah. Correct. It's a tough question. Like, if your Mark III is printing perfectly fine for your needs, then there's never a need to upgrade. But for me, I always have a need to tinker, and if you're a tinkerer, having a base like this is really nice to have because you can attach stuff however you want. Designing parts is a little bit easier because they include like the original Fusion files and the step files. Um, I want to try a Chimera, and there's a Chimera thing. I want to try a mosquito. I can put a mosquito on. I want to try a volcano. I can throw it on there. So people have already modded it really heavily, so that way, like, doing cool stuff and testing cool things becomes something of like a second nature. So, yep. Yeah, there's 3 Chris's in 3 basements. So there's a lot of Chris's in basements in 3D printing. And only Chris Russell got the famous Chris's basement slogan. We got
Chris Riley.
Yeah, Chris Riley and Graybeard, another guy with a beard, because you can't have 3D printing without beards. Aquatic SCP. Oh no, the Undertaker was way better. I preferred the Undertaker. SS220 Astro. What's up, dude?
Bring it on me. Huh. There's some weird artifacting in this print, and they have to kill it.
Don't do it.
It's really weird. It's almost like it's a clogged nozzle, but I mean, it's like laying down.
Chris Riley's a CEO, yeah.
I think it's actually the info.
Hey, what's up, 3DP Garage? Oh wait, I need to share the link to this. Anyone? Yeah, I have a Prusa Mini right over there. It's not running right now, but I have one. Let's see here. There is the link to this.
Yeah, it's
All
over
right.
extruding, that's why.
Oh, it's over extruding?
Yeah.
Should have measured that filament. Bet you it's like 1.77.
I've been messing with my extrusion multiplier, but I dialed it up. I should have left it where it was.
See? Mr. Buttrum's got it right, though. Some Dr. Jekyll. Oh, you just had to fix your Mini? What did you do to your Mini?
What freaking noise was that?
That was your pants.
Oh, I would know if that was in my pants.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, good. What was I looking for? Oh, yeah, I was going to look for the YouTube link for this so I can share it on Twitter. Like, what's going on? I don't know.
Okay.
There we go. Share. I already got 1 thumbs down. Jeez. Who already thumbs down my stream? Must have been the Nova guy. I'm putting a thumbs up on it. Now it's 2 thumbs up to 1 thumbs down. What's up? That's probably Ryan. Ryan's like, ugh. Why is this on? Why can't anybody else stream?
Let's cold pull. Cold pull.
You know, I haven't seen in a while. 3D Viking. The heck is a 3D print Viking at?
Probably out raiding and pillaging.
Yeah, well,
Well, I mean, if he's doing his job correctly,
that's true.
not much of a Viking if you're not, you know? Okay. Oh, yeah, I should probably think about that. I should get a small little PTFE jumper, if you will, put in the top of the Samara while I do this cold pull. So cut a little PTFE tube.
Good source of filament for a good price. Once more Jesse PLA gets in stock, that's a great source for filament.
Well, what kind of filament are you looking for, and what do you consider a good price?
Yeah, because Jesse's
Like,
$20 a kilogram.
But it's only PLA.
It is, and it's made in
you're-
America.
Oh, I need to kill that light.
No, you don't.
If you're looking for PETG, my money is always on Atomic.
I love Atomic PTG.
I'll give them my money all day long.
Uh-oh. We got peanut butter jelly time in chat.
Peanut butter jelly time.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Devin from Devin's Makes? No.
No,
Hey, Robot Princess from Princess Robot Channel.
that works. I actually tried to buy robotprincess.com and do a butcheon.com thing, but the domain is taken.
Robot Princess? I can see that being taken. I mean, that's
I need to buy the actual domain for my channel so that no one else takes it.
yeah, I let all my domains expire.
Yeah, but at least your bedtime means a beautiful woman next to you, so don't complain.
I'm not.
No, for Davey.
It is a bargain. I mean, I have printed with a copper HDPLA from Protopasta, and it printed fine. The issue was the polishing to make it. They make it sound like you're actually polishing. Don't actually polish it, because any and all heat will make it melt all funky. You actually just
you don't want to
sand
polish it that way.
You just want to cold sand it.
I actually have a good video on my channel. I think it's still there.
Is it of you polishing things?
Family appropriate things.
Oh, so you put a big cover on it. Nice.
It was when the I can't remember if it was Protopasta or it might have been Protopasta.
Muting.
But it,
Devin's
it
giant
was when
phone.
they
I just muted my phone.
it was in MakerBox, so that was when I was still doing MakerBox videos, and so I polished up, quote unquote, polished up a copper maker coin. That I have no clue. I probably tossed it, to be quite honest.
Well, I like to toss things too that I polish.
Oh god. But so I used a tumbler first,
Ooh, that's a good idea.
and then you go at it with sandpaper, and then you go at it with grass soap and steel wool, like 000 steel wool.
Steel wool sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, it makes it really shine.
I don't dual 4020s.
Whoa,
Dual
you got a
4020
Predator?
blowers on a Predator. Wow.
I was looking at the Predator today because I got into like this, hey, why don't I look at deltas again phase. I quickly got like not in that phase. There's only really like 2 or 3 deltas that I would actually own, and they're ridiculously priced. So but I was looking at it, the Anycubic or Anycubic Predator, which is massive. Like it is bigger than the Artemis.
Don't be afraid.
No, I've got one back there. It's easy. If I can do it, you can do it.
Oh, I got good news today.
You're pregnant! Congratulations, Devin!
No, hard no, hard no, hard no.
Your cat's pregnant! Congratulations,
congratulations!
Devin!
My cat's a boy. That's biologically impossible.
Your
with that
boy
kind of
got a
attitude,
cat pregnant! Yay!
I hope my boy is not doing cats.
Anyone in Maryland want a gorgeously built railcore? Oh man,
Yeah.
Why you getting rid of one?
he is.
Why?
He needs more Prusa minis. You don't understand.
He's farming.
I'm really hungry.
Oh man, I have the best video to share to everyone from the Prusa community Facebook group from today. Let me see if I can load it up here big time. Oh, you guys can't hear it, but let me expand it. Oh god, I don't want to see a full screen. Just want to make it bigger. How do I close this side window? What is it with Facebook and making all these extra steps I don't need? Okay.
That is a beautiful first layer, though.
Ooh. Look at you and your fancy SKR case.
Yeah.
Share
This one
screen.
just had way too much infill. Whoopsies. And a little over extrusion.
Oh, there it is.
You're gonna.
Are you guys ready? This is how you use glue stick and hairspray while using a PEI sheet. So I hope everyone's watching. This is how it's done. You ready?
Okay, but in all fairness,
but you need glue stick for things like PETG.
That's exactly what I was about to say. In all fairness,
yeah, he only said for when printing PLA, like right here.
Yes, for printing PLA. If you use
for printing PLA.
Yep. How to use hairspray and glue stick on your PA sheet when printing PLA.
Oh yeah, that's totally right.
If you have difficulties with first layer adhesion with PLA and PEI, then
live adjust your Z or clean the bed.
I was gonna say clean the bed, and if you absolutely need to, you can actually buff the bed a little bit with some really, really high fine steel wool. bring back some of the PEI properties, or you can use Magic Goo.
Oh,
You
I
wanna
don't need
put
to share
something on
screen
the
anymore.
bed?
You guys don't need to see my Joseph Prusa conversation. As we talk about COVID nonsense in our countries. Yeah, I went to the grocery store on Monday, and the food service guy, like, I'm in line. There's like these little markers, like everyone stay 6 feet apart. Store says got to have masks. I got my mask on, and it's tradition. Like the deli guy, when you order your meat, he goes, "Here's a slice of meat for you to try from the meat thing." And I'm like, I'm wearing a mask, and I'm like, I don't want it. And he goes, "No, no, 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 take it." So I took it, and I just stuck it in my pocket. Like, because I can't take my mask off. It's like,
Well, did it at least have like wax paper?
yeah, no, he
Okay.
he grabbed it like with the plastic sheet, and then he handed it to me. But then he took the plastic sheet away and threw it away. So I just had the piece of meat in my hand. I'm like, I know this is how we normally do it, but not right now. Just go in my pocket. And then he sliced the ham I ordered, and guess what?
Gave you another piece.
Here's a sample. So I'm just like, thanks.
Into the pocket.
In the pocket. So I had 2 pieces of deli meat in my pocket as I'm going through the grocery store. And then as I leave, I'm like, all right. Like, I just feel like I'm robbing the place. Like, why has he got deli meat in his pocket?
Yeah, Mr. Buttram, you are absolutely right. You do not need anything when you print PETG on textured.
Yeah, texture's nice.
If you do it right, it pops
hate the
right off.
surface finish of textured though.
You hate it?
Yeah.
I go back and forth. Like, it depends on what I'm printing. If I'm printing functional stuff,
Ooh,
I
let's see
love
that knife
textured
up
stuff.
close.
It's Kershaw,
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
assisted open. I use nothing but Kershaws now. They're just I lost a Kershaw knife once upon a
But-
time.
But Benchmade.
I know.
I also have a Benchmade.
Benchmades are fine.
I also have a Ken Onion somewhere in the house.
The-
Not a fan
see,
of those Ken Onion knives after getting one.
Yeah, the thing with the Kershaws, once upon a time I lost one and was like, okay, that was like my favorite knife, and so I lost it. So I purchased another Kershaw, and then a year later we were digging up.
My knife is always sharper than your knife.
Well, yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
a box cutter. We were digging up the
lost-
garden next to the driveway, and we found my old knife, my old Kershaw. So I took it apart and cleaned it out, and it was like I never lost it.
Ryan,
don't
who would
think
win
I-
a spoony knifey fight?
I
I
see
don't
you've
think I
played
have enough
Knifey
knives
Spoony
on my
before.
desk right now.
Jeez Louise.
They're just EDCs. I've
Those
got
are bigger
more.
than. Are they even legal EDCs? Like,
Yes.
I know in my
Oh, yeah.
state.
Okay. So this one is
Depends on the
point-
length of the blade.
This is about 1.5 millimeters
Really?
legal.
Well, that thing looked more like 2.5 inches, but I mean, whatever.
This one
It does not look legal
is
whatsoever.
not legal.
Yeah,
I
I know.
This one is 3 millimeters under legal.
Oh boy. I like how she bought American length knives and she's throwing millimeters at them like, screw your freedom units.
This one I didn't realize it was illegal until I got stopped with it.
Yeah. I never get stopped with my knives because I always have them belted. So they're always in my pocket with just the clip hanging out, and my shirt well covers my clip.
Oh my gosh, I've never heard nylon crackle like that.
No, I was using it to open something around a cop.
Oh. Yeah.
And the cop's like, hey, let me see your knife. And he just like wanted to see it just because he's a knife buff. He's like, I'm not going to ticket you for this, but a meaner cop might because this is over by like 3 mils.
Like he really said 3 mil. He probably said 1/4 inch.
He did.
That's when you go, I bet something else is over by 1/4 inch. You know what I mean? Thanks for letting me go. Bye.
The blue one is
Here's
special.
my number, Ossifer.
The blue one is special. No, he actually did pull out a ruler.
Yeah, what was it called? Mr. Winky and my measuring friends.
I'm gonna try your auto cold pull.
Yeah, so
Does it work?
Yeah, it should.
With what material?
Well, it's meant to work with the eSun cleaning filament. If you change it to like I think 50C, Because basically what it'll do is it'll heat up to 240,
Mhm.
extrude, and then while it's cooling down, it continues to extrude a little bit, and then it'll cool down to 80, and then it just unlocks the extruder motor, and you just pull the filament out. So,
see, I have to pull at 140 with my nylon.
Yeah, so you can just change, you just edit what temperature you want it to go down to.
But I added that in the firmware, right?
Yeah, so you go to configuration advanced.h, scroll down to like
I don't want to
way.
reflash right now.
Well, the good news is you don't have to remove anything. Since it's not stored in EEPROM, you can just load it and you don't need to run an M502 or format anything, so you're good.
Yeah.
It's that shit that's an EEPROM that fucks with you, man. Like
I
Marlin
did
has a
finally-
much larger EEPROM.
I did finally get the
Screen working?
screen working with at least the Marlin emulation or the graphic controller emulation, which is cool. I still have issues with the SD card, but I have mitigated that by using a USB drive to print from instead. So the SD card is not in there anymore.
Dude, Chris Travis, I've added so many quality of life things to the Marlin firmware through the custom menu. Nozzle change, homes, moves to 160Z, dead center of the bed, locks the motors, and goes, I'm going to heat to 280. And then as soon as you click the button, when you're done changing the nozzle, it turns everything off. Turns the heaters off and everything. So I condensed UBL to 3 quick menus. So one does the UBL, stores the mesh, that's the fade height, and it does all the interpolation for the points it can't reach. And then it does a Z offset, and then does a save. I even ported Prusa's little zigzaggy line thing to Marlin in G code.
Mm-hmm. For PETG and for PLA.
Yes. And the PTG one should work for ABS, minus the bed temps off, but can I do that for Prusa firmware? I cannot, because Prusa firmware isn't technically Marlin anymore. I could probably do it for the Mini if I could figure out how to make my Mini, like, I can't, like, they don't have any release, like, how to install custom firmware. Even if you do rip the little appendix out, the little safety thingy, so that we can put illegal firmware on your printer. And they don't tell you how to load it or how to compile it, because there's 3 things you got to compile. So no idea.
Shipping laptops that come with 32 gigs of hard drive space should be criminal.
What?
This laptop I'm working on right now
Has 32 gigs
has
of
32 gigs
hard
of
drive
eMCC.
But is it a
32
Chromebook?
gigs. Nope, it's an HP Stream.
32 gig on board.
Mm-hmm.
Non-upgradable.
It's eMCC.
Yeah. That's kind of wrong.
Yeah, they were asking me, hey, what laptop should I buy? And I was telling them, hey, let me do
Not
some
that
research. And they went and bought this morning without consulting anyone. And
I love this instead. It's the Crowbook. You know, it has that a guy that that's dead now. What's that guy's name? From The Crow. Daniel Lee, Bruce Lee's son.
Boom! Got it.
I think it's NVMe. It's probably. I'm guessing it's not NVMe.
oh, it's eMCC.
Nice cold pull. I told you it works, right?
No, I did this manually.
Oh.
I have to get in and update config.h, right? I don't want to do that right now, so I did though in Foresight. Lowered my cold extrusion down to 160.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh
yeah,
boy,
32 gigs
of
hard drive space, and probably like at least 10 gigs of bloatware.
Well, yeah,
it should be freaking criminal.
What is the purpose of that laptop? I mean, what was a demographic for that? Because I mean, that's like you can't use that really for media. You can't use that for.
It comes with 1 terabyte of OneDrive storage for a year.
But OneDrive, even they look.
So you have
The
to be
thing
connected
about-
to the internet to have hard drive space.
Apparently,
Even then, you have a local cache.
yeah, because most people do the connect with My Documents thing. Paul Crumber, I know it's almost full. They bought it today, and I'm currently cleaning it up for them.
It's a feature. It comes almost full just for you.
See-
Pre-filled hard
see-
drive.
This
See,
guy
I-
should be laying down with his
With his
beautiful
wife.
woman, and he's over here like, I'm half asleep and not naked.
See, I would install it myself, but it's EMC.
That's a really big
hard
freaking printer
socketed.
because you're right next to
Yeah.
it.
Yep,
How is
Is
what
that
time is it,
the-
Belgium?
that's a Predator.
It's a Predator.
I think
You like
it's
it?
4 a.m., 4:30, almost 5.
It's for
Someone should wake up
very-
Viking.
Sweet
Here
baby
we
Jesus, that
go.
thing's a monster.
That is huge.
Oh yeah. Do I have something to compare it?
Ooh, I don't have an
I mean-
A10M, but that's usually the logic with the BMG
Let's
is to
see.
tighten it all the way and then
Oh,
unscrew it
here you
3
go.
times.
Here's a bear frame for comparison.
Oh, Jesus, Louises, you can fit the bear on the bed.
I'm telling you, that thing
You
is
could
like
put two
It's-
bears in there.
it's almost boss size if you're
I
comparing to CNC printers, and it's only like $500.
No,
Yeah.
it's like it's 400. Like AliExpress is currently taking advantage of the new shipment. Normally it's $400.
Really?
I bought this thing at 800. But
So
yeah,
my only real complaint about that after I started digging into it is the fact that it still uses the V-slot wheels on the inside of those large extrusions, correct?
Yeah.
yes, and the main issue with that is that these extrusions are painted,
Yeah.
but they wear out in like 50 hours. Like they
Oh.
start scuffing up, and then you contact any cubic, and they give you black anodized ones for free, and then you can use that. And the Chris, not this Chris, of
Put
the
socks
Predator, the
on.
Predator group also has a Chris who does
Solutions.
firmware and upgrades. And what he essentially did was take these extrusions and combine it with the new extrusions to make it double the size one, and like it's like a meter high. And all you need is longer belts and a firmware update. This is a SKR, by the way.
Yeah, I saw the board on there. You still
Yeah.
have it in simulator mode. You gotta fix that.
And I don't know. I haven't updated this firmware and this BQL was a 3.5 something. But yeah, it's great. New fish eyes, Bondtech, full metal heat brake, big old fans.
So you put the Bondtech on there because it comes stock with
Titan clone.
off-brand Titan,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, the off-brand Titan isn't bad, but I mean, I was in the US and I was like, I have money. But really, you need to heat brake the full metal one because
You
It
don't
then
doesn't
need
come with a
nothing.
full metal?
no, it comes with a crappy white PTFE tube. You know, the Chinese ones, the ones that melt at 220.
I hear someone just
And-
hopped into the group. There's
and,
someone in the green room. I can't see you. Who
But
is it?
if you add the full metal heat brake, you can shove
Oh.
a volcano on there. Our
Princess
Chris
Messy
has
Town.
made fan shrouds and all of that crap for a volcano.
Nice.
And they also got an entire thing to drill out the effector to install mosquitoes and crap. So yeah, this thing, when it has like a new board, better fish eyes, and better hard and like a heat brake, this thing outperforms the Prusa like hell.
Steven,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I did not take a swig
Like
off
for-
of my phone. I was
for
just
50,
holding it up to my
500
face while I was
bucks.
thinking.
And you get the
Yeah,
gigantic
right.
printer.
How am I
She's-
going to swig off of this?
With
Also,
your-
that was not my phone. This was my Switch.
you're a switch.
I am a Switch.
Also, by the way, apparently this our Chris tested like the accuracy between this and a BL Touch, and
Oh, is that the little clip-on auto
Yeah.
leveler?
it with the stock board it sucks because they only probe the bed like 9 times the entire bed. Like, this is the stock board, the Tri-Gorilla. It's crap. Don't just throw it out. So currently somebody managed to reverse engineer the board and now has Marlin running on it with all the options
Oh.
Marlin has.
Nice.
And which also means the stock screen, which used to be
It's an SKR Bear
Close.
Mara, Matthew.
it used to be like a closed source
It's a
screen and didn't work with SKRs or whatever. Somebody cracked that too, and now you can use the stock screen. Like,
Fine.
ever since the Predator dropped to like $400, that community is exploding. Meanwhile, my Prusa is being extremely loud again.
This is a. This is the. What did they call it? The Scar Mara. SKAR Mara. So.
Once I got it all
Actually,
tuned in, I
probably
will
not
print a
that
deck
big
on this.
because of the tail.
It will be a 3D scan of my penis and it will fill up the entire height.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't have to change the size. You just 1-to-1.
Yeah. I don't think that my scanner is big enough, though.
No. You have to borrow the giant scanner from the corporation.
I don't think there's a slicer out there that can scale up that
I'm
far.
not concerned about the
One
scaling.
big
I'm concerned about you being
that's
able to hold
kinda
still that
annoying
long.
with this printer.
It doesn't take. All you gotta do is take a couple of mollies. It'd be good.
When you take an SKR board, the connectors on the end stops, the wiring is reversed, so you have to like either pull out the pins and reverse everything, or
Yeah. How's your
pull out
pullout game?
that black plug thing is that the board
Clearly
has.
not good because he has a kid.
Oh, damn it!
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the fans, the pod cooling fans have a common ground, so it's weird to wire it up.
Oh, so everything's plugged in the same common ground. Then you plug into a pin port for the fans. Yeah.
Yeah. And the stock fan that cools the board is like the loudest fucking thing ever created in mankind.
Is it almost like 5 a.m. where you are?
Yeah, it is 5 a.m. now.
4:55. And I have a kid that wakes up at 8:30.
Good grief. What are
But
you
then
doing
you-
awake?
Hey,
Like I
share
said,
my screen real quick.
I
This
am
is why I am
printing-
Princess Messy Desk. I
'Cause you
need
have
more
4
desk
computers.
space. Just 3.
You have
The other
4?
one's a monitor. No,
Okay.
3.
Okay.
Laptop, monitor.
Oh.
I need more space.
Badger.
You would need one of Linus's $50,000 PCs.
Mushroom.
What's up, Joe
Because I've
Paddock?
been working on the T-Rex. I've been improving the fan shroud. As you can tell, it's completely taken apart. Because the stock one is this one, and it kind of just blows air against the heater block.
Yeah.
Then this
That's how the
design came out,
Sidewinder is.
and this one is a bit more curved. It's better. And this is Alien 3D Quote. It didn't like the heat.
Oh, I thought that was part of the design. It did not
No.
like the heat.
And then I discovered that essentially, you see where the lip is, right? That's where the nozzle actually is.
Wait, so why is
all
the
that-
shroud?
So all this air is just blowing next to everything. So now I'm making iterations and making it smaller and smaller.
It's
and
10 p.m.
smaller.
It is 10 p.m.
The time is 10 p.m. Central Time.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
And of
Chris
course,
Warcocky
because-
channel.
I can't work Fusion. This is what I'm doing. 3D Builder and just putting blocks in there and hoping it works. Because it's ghetto. Unfortunately, I'm as white as can be. Actually, is my print even happening?
No,
What is
no, it
that?
is not.
Because people were like, "Oh, you're gonna have a full metal heat break. It's gonna jam like crazy," Because
2:57 p.m.
PLA and full metal
Eight.
sticks. And you know what works? This crap. You just spray this into the heat break a couple of times and let it dry. PTFE dry spray. It coats the inside with PTFE, and by the time it wears out, the heat break is seasoned, and it doesn't stick. This thing is like doing matte retraction. It's not jamming at all, even with this scrappy, almost a year-old filament that came with a T-Rex.
I prefer to season with some
Lavender
kind
oil.
of baking oil. That
Yeah,
it makes the room smell like you're cooking waffles. And I'm a man, a very simple man. I enjoy pretty dark-haired women and breakfast food.
That sounds like a Tinder profile.
It's a Ron Swanson quote.
Yeah, or Tinder profile, whatever.
like my women Asian.
Clearly.
Clearly now the rain is gone.
And the best part is it's hotter now, so Tori's wearing booty shorts or whatever those things with no pant legs are called. And it's like if you bend over half your ass, she falls out.
Yeah, that's
That
me.
is the literal definition of a booty short.
Yeah, that's what I wear all the time. That's why you're always on my stream.
David Randolph seasons his hot ends with the tears of his enemies.
You have to season your hot end? What? It's
Focus.
Dan.
Focus. Show them how nice the print is, camera. Moving the
It can't
center.
handle the print.
There we go.
I can see a layer in consistency, and the lighting is too obviously good.
Yes, my lights are too good.
Hot. Oh, that's how it jammed. That makes sense now.
I need more desk space.
Oh, you should buy a new desk.
I have a lot of desk space. The only issue is that I do this. My wonderful, wonderful desk space.
Ooh, tree brown. I actually haven't thought about using that for a Groot.
But why would you print Groot in anything other than wood fill?
But
Because wood
You know
fill
what?
is no fun sometimes. It's
I am
stringy.
hearing
This is
scraping.
true.
Going
I'm
old school with
hearing
this.
nothing. It's printing, no clicking. I am happy.
Why isn't anyone using...
This is dry enough.
why isn't anyone using ABS to print Groot?
Because
Screw
ABS sucks.
Shh.
No.
Shut your
Right.
ABS is OG. Thank you very much.
It is.
I'm
I'm glad we've evolved past it.
We
I
had to
have
get
a wall
used
of
to
ABS
that.
Plus over there. I have used it once.
ABS, for those of us who have been doing this 5+ years, ABS got us ready for like the copolys and all the other ones. So it was the harbinger of, hey, you're gonna have some time on your hands figuring this one out.
If you need to print Woodfill, just use Chris Wakok profile. How do you actually say it? Is it Wakachi?
Warcocky.
Wakaki. That's
Yeah,
actually
unless-
a pretty it's a pretty metal name. It's like Warcock.
Yeah, all my military buddies call me War Dick, so it's pretty fun.
That's why
It's
it's
like-
funny, because he wore cocky, but
I do. In this box with my face on it is CFABS. I print all my fan shrouds in it.
I haven't had any issues with my fan shrouds in PETG.
Same. Well, actually, no. Josh's PhD melted.
That's because you didn't make love to it first.
No, the issue is that after I do something involving the when I do a filament pull out or swap, it doesn't automatically turn off the heat afterwards. So I just went to work. So it was just at like 240 for like an entire day.
Okay, I need to see this claw machine that holds a Prusa, because that sounds awesome.
Whoopsie.
Chris, no, I have not.
Don't let air through. Booyah.
Boring Oreo.
What's
Dan
up, guys?
Borio. Look at that. He made a rhyme.
Yeah. Dan Borio, the boring Oreo.
Also, by
I
the way,
wonder.
if anybody
Like-
was wondering why there's a
Hmm.
hole in my printer, it's because I punched it once.
No. Don't punch it.
By the way, Miss
Only
Devon,
love.
thank you again.
No problem.
And I'm
I don't
sitting
remember.
here
why.
petting a
it
little
was
ham
leaking
right now.
again.
This
Like
one is
after the 6th time, I was like,
just dying for attention.
Aw. What's that
I
one's
know.
name?
This one's Pat.
"This one."
No,
Well,
sorry, she's talking about the
I
kitten
used
right
to
here.
call it the big dick because it was being a dick. Now I shall just lovingly call it Big Boy.
Big boy.
Big
Boy with an eye.
No, wait, that's the big boy. The T-Rex. What shall we call you?
What?
Triangle
hip.
boy.
He's too hip to be square.
Triangle boy.
Wonder Boy,
Yes.
what is the secret of your power?
So my red bear is getting a black and red LCD screen.
Nice.
So it's going to be a black and red screen with a black and red bear.
Nice.
Wait,
And
you're not
Joe,
putting
yes.
in the turbo in that one?
It's got a turbo.
Oh, you're just not putting the TFT on it?
Yeah.
Why
I don't
did
make as much money as I normally would, so I got to cut some places, and just reusing my LCD screens is fine.
Yeah,
I
sometimes you
forgot
got to
to
cut
turn-
costs.
I'm printing
Yeah.
a Benji, right? Because that's the thing you do. And I forgot
You
to
don't
turn
have to do it.
ironing.
Oh,
It's
speaking of,
ironing the deck.
Yes.
here,
Oh.
that.
Paul, what's up?
That's
Ooh,
the
that's that
32-bit Benchy from the SKR that I did the other night on the stream. That we didn't have.
Nice.
I didn't have to touch this with a heat gun at all.
Nice.
No stringing, perfect layer lines, perfect bottom. Yeah, this was like,
Hold on, I can put Joe Mike on the front. There we go.
oh, hi. It
That
doesn't.
does
My
look
camera
good.
doesn't like it.
Yeah, it doesn't have the
See?
ringing nonsense that we're so used to seeing.
Yeah, man, it's just flawless.
Just wait till the next firmware release, man. I'm about to push out. Once we get a stable Marlin with all the new stuff, there's more fixes.
Okay, time to dry some more filament.
Yeah, I'm so happy that this thing worked again. Oh god. Now I can finally take the work on the bear.
You should always work on the bear. That's like literally. That's why I'd never argue that much.
I need 2 printers running to print hell COVID stuff because
I thought you were gonna say Hello Kitty stuff.
because I'm expecting an
Kitten
order
is so
of like
cute.
I'm expecting 200 save rabbits and
Little
200
gremlin.
savers coming
Look.
in this week.
Like a little gremlin.
So, yeah.
So cute.
Our organization that I stood up, we just surpassed 7,000 printed masks.
What?
That's a lot of masks.
I
Yeah,
want
well,
to print, I want to
face
print
shields.
masks, but yes, too.
Well, we're taking care of all of the Kansas City metro area and a lot of Missouri and a lot of Kansas. So
We got the issue that the biggest group of 3D printing people over here is run by a guy that hates 3D printing and it has forbidden us from supplying 3D printed face shields. Only laser cut face shields are allowed by this guy. So
Mr. Travis, what'd you have
organization
going
is
on?
completely fucked.
Or how did you resolve the issue? Sorry.
I want my bed to be done.
Here's
so I
some
can
interesting information,
put
guys.
stuff
The other
on the
day,
Prusa.
a
Even
local
though it's
guy
not
to
a
me
Prusa
who
anymore.
got himself a Ender 3 a while back for his daughter.
What shall I do
Was
with my
having all kinds of
Shall I
issues with
burn
it,
it on
and
stream?
he was at his wit's end with the printer. He was like, "That's it, I'm done.
Like,
What's a
oh,
good
no, actually,
$1,000
sell
printer?"
it.
And I'm like, "Wait a minute, whoa!" I was like, "Hold
Sell it
on,
for, like,
you got $1,000
$350.
you want to spend on a printer?" I'm like, "Don't do that. Give me a day with your printer, man. I will make your printer
And
better."
then I can buy the Nova hot end to make my my printer go at 5,000 millimeters per second, and then wonder why it stops for doing retraction.
Monkey, I don't know.
And never jam, but occasionally the filament might get a little stuck.
Yeah.
I saw him post today. It's like, yes, a cold pull, and I'm like, never jams. Remember?
Yeah.
Dude, this
Tony, yeah,
This is-
we've had the same problem.
this is literally like, I think this is a 40 mil sheet that we were when we originally were testing out the models.
Oh boy.
40 mil. The 40 mil. This was breaking the tabs off the cruiser prints, no matter how we printed them. So I kept a couple just because it's like that's some stout plastic.
Oh, and you can do the wibbly wobbly noises.
Mute button.
So is it my mic? Am I
Mad
too
Monkey.
loud? Am I like
Oh,
flooding everyone?
is it because we were talking about the Nova?
I have no idea.
I
don't
I'm
know
just
what he
trying to
means.
figure out. Like, I don't know. Like, I know there was a couple
He bought a
conversations
Nova,
going
now
on
he's
at
feeling
once.
bad.
Someone is a little sleep deprived and is just over there talking all over.
He sleepy babbles.
He does.
I sleepy babble too.
On the Prusa, yeah,
I-
Chris, you may be having that issue. I'm saying both my enders. I
have
run
so
the
many
Jesse at.
DSLRs.
like, I usually run the Jesse at
See,
between
here's it going
250
again.
and 220. I do have. I have
I
to
do
say,
have
I
so
do have the
many of
3D
them.
printed like rollers with the
Why
bearings in
is
there
this
for
print
mine.
from the
So
Prusa so bad?
See,
The
Um,
layers, they're everywhere.
I'll have no point
So-
part of this nonsense.
Yeah, I
but yeah, I'm actually so far I've got.
go to bed. It's
I don't know. I'm
5,
probably
10.
about 10 layers into a
But
baby.
What
Yeah,
is
blue,
going
and,
on?
I want to
with the
see
brown
the
printing
sun
good.
twice.
This
I
is
wanna
a
see the beautiful
circus,
sun.
Chris.
What?
Yeah, I was gonna say
The
it's
juice is already growing.
a little bit of everywhere right now, Chris. I don't know what the hell's going on with your stream tonight, but our buddy Belgium there is singing.
Hi.
He's singing and he's singing and he said he's waiting for the sun to rise.
Yeah, he's having
I'm
himself a hell of a
singing.
night. What is in that vape? What is in that vape?
Not sleepy go juice.
The sun will come out
Tomorrow.
at some point.
Ooh, under 30 US
Under
dollars.
30 US.
Make spacer? Make shaper?
I do not know, to be honest with you.
Make money, money, make money, money, money.
What am I on about? This is RE1.
I think not AC3. 3D
yeah.
Fuel has good
Yeah.
PETG under 30.
Belgium does not have wheat. We are a
What's up,
straight
Mr.
edge
Mac?
community.
I see you there spying on me and my little
We
white
only
puppy.
have beer.
Yeah, make shaper is $24 for a kilogram spool of PTG.
Oh, you guys don't know delirium. Delirium is when my plane emergency landed in Canada. And I was awake.
What are you talking about?
No, seriously, I was
Holy
flying
cow.
home from the US and the oven in the back
Yeah, this is
caught
why
fire.
drugs
It
are
did
bad. Okay.
emergency landing in somewhere in Canada. I mean, I was on the news. My pictures was on the news,
I feel like
And
I'm
I
back in college with my roommate.
and I was awake for 38 hours. And when I went to bed, I saw the window cleaning guy walking on my wall.
Damn you, Kyle Davis!
I was really
Damn
nervous
you.
back then.
He hops in and buys me a taco every time he comes in here.
He's like, here's a taco. Deuces.
Well, that and he's on the Discord too, and like we're
Get
chatting all the
out of
time on
that
there.
box, cat.
Man, everyone's got
No.
cats.
Well,
I have dogs.
I have
I have
dogs.
enough cats. I have enough cats for everyone.
What?
Mr.
Cat,
Wakaki, I currently
too
have at least 2
dangerous.
cats for you. Don't worry, you don't need any. I got them.
They jump
I
on
mean,
You're a good boy,
Dan,
and I fed you.
After your cats get a hold of what I sent them, they're not going to want to leave.
Well,
Okay,
I'm
going to bed. Screw
I'm
this. I need
hoping
to-
that's not the case because,
Oh,
like, I
good
love
night,
them. I love them
everybody.
enough to
Good night,
go to other
Belgian.
homes for the ones that have homes.
Bye. Be safe. Don't
What?
get the coronas.
You're safe to walk in and stand
And
right.
don't eat.
No.
Watch out
Right
for
here.
Corona deli meat.
Stand right here.
Corona. I put it in my pocket.
I'm not giving the baby to people.
I don't know if that's worse than the Corona or not.
She
Belly
already got a
button.
home.
Oh,
I'm not
Jesus
trying to
Christ.
give her away. Devin
I-
said she's sending some goodies that the kittens will not want to leave them. So
You might have to wait for the kittens to try it, but the adult cats will love it.
yeah, if it's what I think it is, yeah, the adult cats have knocked a bag of it down and rolled around in it. So
It is not catnip.
okay, it is not catnip. Okay.
No, you can get catnip on any old street corner. This is the good stuff.
This isn't just any nip. This is the good nip.
This is that Colombian nip.
It is the good nip.
Colombian catnip. I put that stuff in my pants.
Because it drives the pussy nuts. I mean, cat. The cat.
Oh, girl.
And we have arrived.
Hey, so today,
Uncut catnip.
this right here is a bag of maple syrup bacon with a little bit of Cajun spice.
What?
My wife.
That's too
told
many
me-
tacos, Kyle Davis.
My wife told me that we had bacon and it was no good and we need to get rid of it. And I'm like, no, we cook bacon. We don't get rid of bacon. So I cooked up a bunch of bacon and turned it into like a kind of like a cowboy candy is what I kind of call it. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that.
Call it nature's candy.
Hey, that works too.
Nature's candy.
But it's
I'm
delicious.
just gonna leave
It's
that up
li-
for a while because it blocks both Dan and Devin's face partially. It's worth it.
I can get taller.
It's like this. Like
I can see over the edge.
Is this what it's like to be short?
Yes, yes, it is. I'm like, oh, I can see over that fence.
Wait, how tall are you, Chris?
5'8".
He's a
Really?
little
I
guy.
kind of assumed you were like 6'4".
No.
The beard
No.
makes you
Sure.
look tall.
He's shorter than I am, and I'm a shorty.
Yep.
I would be tall next to you, sir. If I ever should happen to make it up to the Rockford area for any reason and a stream should be going on, I'll be sure to sit lower than you so that we look the same height.
I'm also sitting in a very low chair. Like this is as low as it goes down.
So I'll just sit on a milk crate
I'm
on
not
the
sure.
floor.
The pneumatics in mine broke. I can't even lower this one anymore, which I wish I could.
So with the pancake motor, remember that to drive the Bondtech gears, you need 36 Newton meters. So unless that pancake motor is geared, most of those pancake motors are like 12 to 14 Newton meters. So I would say no.
What he said
Oh,
was definitely what he said up there. That guy right there.
See?
So
That's all I need. Big bones.
Mhm.
I got them thick thighs.
yes. So my third Wise Cam came in today, which is funny because the teacher that took
Yeah,
home the
Tanner.
school webcam, he
Mr. Tanner.
he brought it back yesterday, and I
Excuse me.
forgot to bring my webcam home, so it worked out great that the Wise Cam came because then I just voided the warranty right out the box and we're good to go.
That's normal.
It's still funny to me that Wise says that you can do this, you're doing it at your own risk, and that we are not responsible. But yet here's the firmware we've made for this camera to turn it into a webcam for you. So it's funny to me that Wise offers it. It's on their website. You download the firmware from them, but they say we didn't design this for this. So
Let's see.
yeah,
But
if you do it,
that's
it's
just
at your
why-
risk.
It's actually kind of neat because it's Wise giving the people what they want, but at the same time
Mhm.
saying, hey, we don't necessarily support this, but we know that you guys want this functionality, so here's
Yeah,
how you do
and-
it, but do it at your own. It's kind of like, I don't know what it's like. It's like that. It's exactly like that.
Yeah, I mean, I get why they're doing it because they even said outright, it's like due to the fact that webcams are becoming harder to find during these times of need, and not Mother Nature, the issue that's going on, the human malware, as it were, is making it harder to find webcams for everybody who has to work from home now. They said, look, you can get our cameras, you can put this on there. We're doing it to help you, but we're not responsible if you brick your camera. Don't call us. Just spend another $25 and buy another one.
Who's a good kitty? You're a good kitty. Yes, you are.
Just sit there petting his pussy.
Yeah.
Sitting on your shoulder too, of all places for it. It's like right on your shoulder.
The good boy. Yes, you are.
Just
You
make
want them-
sure that the torque is
Mhm.
about. I mean, you might be able to get away with less torque. So I mean, most of them are going to be 40 millimeter, 42 millimeter length. So that should be fine.
Yeah, and Mr. Mac, just to let you know, I have a bunch of mice at the school that I work at that are old and are going to be recycled. So I just cut cables, run the soldering iron, some heat shrink duct tape or heat shrink and some tape, and I make my own for free. I mean, they're only like $6 on Amazon, but then I have to wait a couple of days. I can just make them for free, and I don't have to worry about it.
Okay, the fan shroud that Greg designed for the stinking Bearmera is ridiculous. It puts out ridiculous amounts of air.
Correct.
Correct the mundo.
It's like a mini typhoon beneath my hot end.
Choice to get a bigger printer or get a new dynamic. If you get the bigger printer there, Richard, you can always print yourself a similar.
That's
DJI
exactly what it
Mavic
is,
style.
Ricky.
Yeah.
Ricky figured it out. Ricky figured out why I went silver on blue. Good job,
Did
Mr.
it for the
Taylor.
Royals.
That's how we do.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, both my prints are going. Did I enlarge that print?
Hey,
tell
Princess
me I at
Messy
least did
Desk.
that.
We can't see your desk to verify that you are Princess Messy
She already
Desk.
showed it to us, though.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm late to the show. I was actually having some father-son
Okay.
time out in the garage. It was kind of entertaining.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you show him how to throw a baseball?
I told him about the birds and the bees, and then he told me that for the last year he's already known about them.
Did you take a dookie and not cover it?
There's a thing called the raincoat, and you put the raincoat
Yes.
on, and it keeps all the rain from getting onto things.
The way I always explain it is like doing that is like going to a party, and parties are no fun without balloons. So if you don't have any balloons, don't have any parties.
It is a lie. Having 4 monitors on your desk and nothing else is not really messy.
Oh, see, all the mess is hidden behind the laptops.
Well,
Dan, check your Twitter DMs.
I have
Oh.
all kinds of a mess.
Are you sliding into her DMs? Into his DMs? His wife's already mad at me for calling him hot.
Yeah.
Oh, you should see Ron when he slides into my DMs.
Ricky, you and I are
Oh,
like
there
the
we go.
same person,
Yeah.
except you're more talented and better looking.
Yeah, Devin, that's not a mess. That's far from a mess.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
mean,
gosh,
It's
Gus,
my
Gus!
if you'd like, I'll be more than happy to pull the webcam out and show you this sloppy fluff. Here. Oh wait, hold on. There we
Damn
go.
cat!
Here we go.
Oh,
I will
he
wait.
got caught up.
There you go. See, that's a mess.
I mean, that's what it looks like behind the laptops.
That's not even a mess.
Oh, I know. Mr. Warcocky has got us all beat. Look at right there in front of him.
Like parts I just printed, a phone, tools, random stuff I got to organize. Sex lube.
Hey, I got some of that now.
Full screen, please.
Now they're requesting it.
Everybody's like,
Oh,
let me
2
show
water
off mine.
bottles.
Two
And
water
also-
And a
bottles.
coffee cup.
And
You
models.
have enough drinking vessels there.
Printer. And then there's this mess back there. Oh, yeah.
There's
Oh,
there's
yeah.
room for
No.
It
That
gets
is
better.
That is what I call an organized mess, sir. That is an organized mess.
I think of it as the chaos. Organized chaos. Why not?
Yes.
Hello.
David Randolph. Little Blue Boy and the Man in the Moon.
People are
I'll shower
messaging
in
me
the morning.
still.
I think I'm only going on like 5 days not showering.
But yeah, Mr. Randolph, sir, thank you for the speedy delivery and the new sticker. I now have a Jesse and I have a Sir Prince-a-lot. So now I have one of each. See? Actually, I had 2 of Jesse. because one Jesse sits right here on the 3D printed phone holder.
Freaking cat.
What? All my
Yes.
Jesse stickers are on this box,
I had a thought for a color.
along with
like,
Country 3D and Alien and Graybeard and Das Mia and Micro Swiss and 2 printed solids and a filament 1 and a slice and a JT and a llama and an atomic and a Bondtech sticker and a tiny Prusa sticker.
Sir layers a lot.
To get my stickers.
My bad.
Can you full screen me again? There
That's
you go.
easy.
Got let's see, DX Engineering, OpenRC, BuildTech, Murph, Filamentum, MakerBox, Earth, straight out of Filament, Chris's Basement, Shep. Moving on.
Wow.
Raspberry Pi, Octoprint, printed solid, Capricorn, CNC, Fly Print with Pasta, Atomic, E3D Online, Microswiss, Project Red, powered by Bondtech, Tiny Machines, LDO Motors, Polymaker. Moving on. Iceland 3D, Practical Printing, 3D Maker Noob, How I Do It, Filament Friday, IC3D again, Print and Play down there, Country 3D, Making and Science, Google sticker, MakerBox sticker, Community Catch Up. And that's just what's on the wall. I've got them everywhere.
You know, I've kind of been back and forth about a few things, and one of them now is that stupid
we got the Kyle.
Panda
He's running
Pie.
the printer.
that stupid Panda Pie, Chris. You got me kind
He's
of
got an
thinking about
Ender 5 that he pimped out with linear rails
that.
and
Nice.
a Bondtech extruder.
I still have the Panda Pie window open. I've been looking at that thing on and off. Down,
Nice.
down.
Nice, Mr. Randolph. DC Comics, you say?
I wish DC made better movies than just the one they did that was really good. Just kidding.
Which one are you thinking is there one? Wonder Woman?
Well, no, they did. I like Wonder Woman and the new Joker movie with,
Joaquin.
yeah,
Joaquin Phoenix.
Mr. Phoenix was awesome.
Yes.
The Walking Filament.
Walking Phoenix.
Ender 5, I liked my Ender 5.
Ender 5s are easily convertible too, so you can really mess around with those.
I actually am one of those people who did like Suicide Squad, and I get a bunch of shit for it, but I didn't think it was a bad movie. I mean, it wasn't great, and I get that they rushed a bunch of stuff and they did some things wrong.
And it had Jared Leto in it. Like, he
Yeah,
just doesn't deserve to be in a movie anymore.
Well, especially since he did the same thing that a lot of people did. He thought that if he went from DC and screwed up a movie there, that he could redeem himself in the comics world by switching over to a Marvel flick, and that doesn't seem like it's going to pan out in his favor.
Mm-mm.
I
really
that
don't.
bad. I also think all the sexual assault cases are kind of holding them back too.
Yeah, that does kind of make it hard for you to kind of succeed.
That's just kind of Hollywood in general right now, though.
All right, let me see her.
Yeah.
Sleepyhead.
It's like, hey, we got a
I
great
wanna
show
see
going. I'm going to get us going for another 10 seasons.
They can't see her right now.
Oh,
Anyway,
we
you're
got
safe. Kyle is taking over.
sexual assault charges.
Yep, Cal's got that crazy. Anyone who wants to throw linear rails on a printer is dedicated, especially with that kind of axis movement, because he turned to a Core XY, so it's a
Yeah, it is
Core
Core
XY linear rail Ender 5. I mean, it's not just like a simple like I'm just going to strap some rails on here, which is also really hard. Like linear rails, aligning them sucks.
I would have actually put the rail horizontal.
I think it is
Or
horizontal.
I would have put it vertically, sorry, on the front of it, but that's just me.
The front's nice. Top can disperse more of the weight over the axis versus pulling torque forward. It's just like a preference.
She's looking
The
at
down versus the cross shear
Yeah.
force.
Because with this setup, most of the weight is actually centered inside the frame now,
Yeah,
it. She's
so
sucking her
it's
thumb.
not as top heavy.
yeah. Because when you put them on the way Joe was saying, the nice thing is it loads the bearings. When you put them on top, it doesn't load the bearing. Like it's weird, but you technically don't need to load bearings on a linear rail. They should be tensioned already, but
Should be.
should
Depends
be.
on the rail.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Safe.
upgrade, it's
So you're, like,
easy
you're
to print.
barely even on there.
Don't
Is that
require any
the-
support.
Was that the Kratos one, or is that just like a homebrew?
This hiding?
No, the linear rail
I'm
Core
so
XY
tired.
mod. Was
I
that
like
like
it.
your own
It
homebrew,
was
or was that a?
it was someone who posted it's a concept version of a Core XY motion planning system that they
Okay.
posted for free on Thingiverse. So what I did is he was using double stacked ZZ bearings, which I didn't like. So I converted it so it uses the easier to get, cheaper 22 idlers. And they're the 5mm inner diameter, so
Yeah,
they can
the
handle
E30
higher loads.
Yeah, Ricky has a good point there with Zach Levi. But I will counter that by saying he took on the role of a very favorable character. Like Shazam's a good character to move into, whereas like Jared's move into Marvel Cinematic Universe, no one's going to care about that, except for maybe a few diehard fans.
Ryan Reynolds knocked it out of the park as Wade Wilson. I don't care what anybody said. It's like that character was
That was
written or
meant
made for him.
Ryan
Like,
Reynolds is Deadpool. That's just it.
his transition from the Green Lantern to Deadpool was just meant to be. It was destiny. It was gonna happen.
PA.
So
I've heard of PP, probably polypropylene. There's.
I think someone mistyped and left out an L.
yeah, I think it might have been a PLA
PA.
minus the L.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think of like. There's PVA. I mean, is it
Yeah.
polyvinyl acetate? Like, you'll be
Yeah.
able to tell. Like, put it in water. If it dissolves,
Yeah.
then it's PVA. If
Yeah.
it doesn't dissolve, it's probably PLA.
Well,
You can
it's-
also tell with
it's also
hot water
sticky
too.
if it's PVA.
Yeah, if it's been out in the open air and it's sticky, that too. That stuff is gross.
Test
not
with
dry.
PLA, heat some water up to about 50 degrees centigrade,
Polyalchemy?
put
Yeah.
it in there.
Well, it's only polyalchemy if it's super shiny.
Yeah, if it's super shiny, it's PA, polyalchemy. But I don't know, it would say polyalchemy on it.
You're looking at Frostbite. You're looking at a Core XY linear rail modded Ender 5, which is really cool to see. Like, I mean, it's what, a $350 frame,
Yeah.
and under $1,000 you can probably get it to Core XY. And he's running basically a Prusa Bondtech extruder. It's got a V6.
You need the Prusa Bondtech extruder.
Yeah, so it's just a home printed one versus like the.
All I did is modified it so it can attach to
The linear
base on
bushing.
the backside for that mounts on top of the rail. It has like a box that wraps all the way around to support it.
Nice.
I just had to cut holes in it so I could attach it to the front of it. Which was challenging because if I put them down too low, they'll collide with the heat sink of the V6. And if I put them up too high, then the stepper is
Oh. It is actually PA.
That's a very easy mod to do.
Ooh, Tallman
One,
PA.
two. And I posted for the hotted file. There's a plate that's just a blank plate where you can mount whatever you want to the front of for the extruder. If you want to use like the back plate from say like a Pet's Fang or whatever, you can.
Ooh.
Ah,
So it looks like it's nylon, polyamine.
is it Trunksy?
Tronxy makes a.
Yeah, Kyle is locked in portrait mode right now.
It's just his camera.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the camera is
I
locked
like
in
your
portrait.
extruder spinner.
Yeah, it's a good visualizer.
Well, it's definitely moving.
I love 3-to-1 gearing. Makes that visualizer actually move.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, my spool is moving too. You can see the spool rotating almost real time.
Did Yeah, I remember when I threw a 1 millimeter nozzle on my printer, 1.2 millimeter nozzle on my printer, and I was like, I'm gonna print at 80 millimeters per second. And I was like,
Good luck.
wow, I just literally ate half a spool in like 10 minutes.
I tried to do a 20 millimeter cube with a 1.2. Yeah, I had to pump the temp like up to like almost 300 just to keep up with melt in it.
That thing is what, 10 weeks old?
No, she is not even 10 weeks old. She is 2.5.
Really?
She's massive. She is two
Oh
and a
my
half weeks
gosh.
old, and she is huge for 2.5
That is
weeks old.
massive for 2.5.
Pixel was that size when we adopted him at 8.
This one right here, she is only 2.5 weeks old, and we believe she is special needs. We believe she has maybe Down syndrome or something like that. Because if you look at the face, let me bring the face back for you. If you look at the face, see the smush snout? See that little snout? How it's smushed in? They say that that's a good sign. Plus, if you look at first off, she's very floppy. Like if I just lay her back, she doesn't care. And if you notice the feet when we do that, her back feet, when she relaxes, they turn. She hooks them in, and they say that those are all signs of like maybe a neurological thing, or maybe something like Down syndrome or something like that. So
That'd be a good cuddle kitty.
Yeah, so she's gonna be our special needs kitty, and we're not sure. Like we thought she was blind for the longest time, but after tonight of playing around with her, either she can see but barely, or she can see and she's just lazy. Because like I'll wave my hand, like I'll wave my finger, and she'll look at my finger, and then she'll turn a little bit, and then she'll look at it, and then I'll move my hand and I'll wave my finger over here, and then she'll sit different. Then she'll turn and look at it. So it's like it's a very delayed. Kind of like I'll do it when I want to do it kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But like she is massive compared to the rest of the 2.5 week old. And even we don't have any of the week old kittens that are, they're a little over a week old now, that are like even close to this size. She's huge. So, and she's going to be a long hair too. We're pretty sure of that.
Maddie, that's the original Prusa without gearing. With gearing, you can use a third less torque, so you can use a 12 or 14.
What's up, Flappy?
So, that's cool. I do have a question with the Panda probe.
Yeah.
So, so how do I do the temperature compensation? Like, is it like a start script I have to do, or is just I make a G code?
No, so
Thanks,
Marlin has it on their site. So let's see. Marlin Pinda probe compensation. There's a G code that you send and you calibrate at one time.
Okay, I was trying to find that G code, but when I first looked, there was not much documentation at all.
Let's see. They have a whole page for it here. Just trying to find it. Calibrate is G76.
G76.
Yeah. And it should run the calibration for it.
I'm running 2.44 right now.
Yeah, that was a stable one. They fixed some table stuff in 2.05.3.
Yeah, that's what I read.
So you might want to jump to that if you need to do the temp comp. Like you don't need to because it's already doing some.
Yeah, because I'm not getting any drift, and I'm probing at with the TH3 with their super fast prober, or the craziest one that they allow, is what I set mine to, and I'm still getting 0.01. Right. So at the Panda 2 probe with the SKR 1.3, I'm able to probe at the same speed that the Easy ABL Pro can at the super lightning speed, or what they call it, and still get the same amount of accuracy.
Yes,
nice.
And I'm trying to think. I think our black cat or our white cats. I don't believe any of our white cats have blue eyes, but I'll have to double check that because we have two massive males that are all white, and their father was massive. He was all white. He actually had one blue eye and one green eye. So Yes,
Just
you're
I'm
hungry.
17 minutes into the print, and I'm already at 7.5 on the Z height. 30 millimeter cube. Just cruising. Yep. Probably the only thing I'm going to be changing about the files in the future is for the AB motor mount. I was going to make it where you can tension them there instead of have to do it with the belt clamp.
Didn't realize so many white cats were deaf.
White with blue eyes, apparently.
Well, that explains why my wife never hears me.
Oh, why did I remove him from the stream? I try to make him big and be like, see what his face is like. I keep hitting that because remove from stream is much easier to hit than the little tiny solo layout icon.
I'm just gonna do this. Watch what that's doing. See my hairy arm every now and then.
Hey, look, right above my head here. Look.
Why are you tickling its asshole?
You know, why
Cats
not?
like it. Ooh, Mountain Dew.
Mountain
Yeah.
Dew Dew?
I
I
need to
don't
get
have
my
my
Dr.
phone
Pepper.
Cheers.
Ooh, I have a root beer upstairs.
Everyone go get their
speaking of,
beverages.
Actually, this is empty.
Mr. Workout,
So,
if I come to visit you, I'll bring you some root beer.
Oh, that's right. You got that good root beer there.
We got the root beer stand root beer I'll grab for you, as well as I'll make sure to grab one of those, what was it, Black Cow? Yeah, Black Cows. I'll bring one of them up for you to try too. But yeah, I'll get some root beer stand root beer for you before I head up. Whatever that happens, sometime, someday. Stupid quarantine. Why does it sound like somebody's got an alarm going off? Or is it just
don't
a
know.
printer? Is it a printer?
Probably printer.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I know my alarm sounds very similar to that. That's why I'm sitting here right now thinking I'm sleeping and I need to get my ass up for work, and this is all just a dream.
An episode of Dallas.
Yeah. Everybody wakes up, finds out that it's all just a dream, and JR is still alive.
That was the biggest freaking cop out of all time.
Yep.
Almost the biggest. I would have to say that Lost's ending was probably the biggest cop out of all time. Which I won't say because I know there's people out there who still haven't watched all of Lost. So
That's
Bubba.
right. He did do one. Yeah, it was about $1,000 to do everything completely from scratch. It's like Prusa has such a good deal on their Mark III. Like, it's hard to buy every component. Now, if you bought a clone, what is it? If you bought like a clone, so like a Triangle Labs Mark III, you can get it for $400 something. And they even have, I think some of them like Phytech and whatever those brands are. They have like a clone Bear Mark III, everything without the board for like $450. So,
well, there's that AM8 frame for the ANET.
yeah.
That's like a Bear clone for the ANET. You're shedding crazy.
Do you need a actual Prusa one, or do you need a fancy one? Yeah, the Ultimate Machine board is expensive. I mean, it's high quality components. So,
But with what we're seeing, you can get an SKR and get really good results out of a $30 board.
yes.
You know,
Now, I'm still pushing other manufacturers like, please, for the love of God, make a better controller with more features.
yeah.
Hey, have you checked out seen that one new fly board that came out a while back?
I haven't, no.
Yeah, it's crazy. It has 9 independent steppers. You can drive 4 Zs or 6 extruders.
Huh.
That's kind
Do you
of
know?
like
Do you know who
the
sells
duet
it?
add-on.
You can find it on AliExpress. It's like
Oh,
$46. And it's like $80 with 9 2209s.
AliExpress flyboard.
Yeah, I'll find the exact name of it because it's hard to find sometimes. Go to my wish list.
Found a flyboard
See, well,
jetpack.
yeah, look up. It's CREATIVITY. 9 independent motor drivers, and you should find it right away.
Whoa, what'd you spell that again?
It's CREATIVITY.
Oh,
And this is
creativity. Yeah.
Yeah, flyboard.
Let's see. Huh. I got nothing.
See if I can do a link in the general Discord.
It is balls hot down in this basement. The mixture of all the 3D printers and I've got a giant floor dehumidifier over there in the corner that's keeping my space at a nice 45.
Hey, there he is.
Oh, we got Barry Danks.
What's up, Barry?
But do you need a 5-volt Prusa style one? Because I have plenty of Prusa 5-volt style ones.
As a matter of fact,
24-volt ones I do not have. Oop. Kyle's back.
Yeah, it kicked me out because I loaded the page through Discord.
nice.
So you got the? Did you get the link?
I haven't checked yet.
Mr. Barry Danks, I got an update from UPS telling me that some goodies are on the way. So thank you, sir.
There we go.
You guys want to see the most ridiculous?
Oh,
build?
okay. Yeah, this thing's nuts.
Good morning. Hi.
Uh-oh. Everybody watch out. We're about to get bombarded by butthole.
That's my next build plate.
That is a little funky.
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta get a build plate this thick.
Hey, some people pay good money for that,
Jesus.
so we should be thankful.
That's a hell of a build plate. What is that? Is that like one of those?
It's a
Do they have a GitHub?
5/16 inch Mike 6 build plate.
I was going to say it almost looked like one of those
It weighs like 20 pounds.
pizza stones. Yeah, I was going to say almost like one of those pizza cook stones.
It's the kind of build plate that makes your Z motors go.
Oh, it don't
Yeah.
move. It's stationary. It's for a Voron 2.4. The bed stays at the bottom of the frame, and the Z moves up with 4 steppers.
Yeah, I thought you were going to put that on your Ender.
Oh God, no! I already set it on there once, and my bed just went. Ooh.
Jimmy does have a point.
I liked my Hemera when I had it on my Sidewinder. I think I'm gonna like it a heck of a lot more on a printer that doesn't suck. So
You're the first person I've heard say that Sidewinders suck. Most people I know that has them love them.
well, I mean, it's really good for what it is. For the price and what you get, it's awesome. But
It's not a Prusa.
It's not a stable platform for workhorse printing, and I need a printer that I can go. I can leave it for a month, go up to it, put filament in it, hit print, and it prints. And it can do that all day, every day. And I can't rely on it. Like, something will go weird with it. Mostly the crappy ribbon cables, but
That's why you just replace them.
yeah,
Tear it apart and build something better.
Yeah, that's why I usually just tear things apart and like
Yeah.
if I had I had the money, I would rip it apart and make it like kind of a Zerabo clone. But then I got a Zerabo coming, so there's like no point really. I'll have my
This is that B&G Arrow.
yeah, that crazy funky thing. I had the
Okay,
original version of it.
Awesome extruder. If you're gonna get one, the one thing you have to do is on top of the V6 heat break. Okay,
Yeah.
cut a small piece of PTFE2, just like maybe 1.5 centimeters, just enough to poke above where your normal PTFE2 would rest in there when you use it normally. Otherwise, what happens is there's a gap between where it feeds down into the heat break and where the heat break actually starts. And if you get any kind of gunk in there or your filament swells a little bit or whatever, you get stuck. And good luck getting it out. It took me a blow torch in about 2 hours to get it where I get a piece of filament out of it.
Yeah, I had the original one where they didn't clone the Chimera little like venting. They just kind of had slits in it, and
Yeah, I saw that.
it was thermally kind of poop.
This one's better. It still gets pretty warm, but also I'm using somehow my stock 40 millimeter fan for my Ender 5 is still going without bearing noise.
What?
It's 2 years old.
I had to throw mine away on my Ender 3
Stock
or Ender 5.
4010 fan. So when I bought the Ender 5 when it came out, still going. It's been on like 10 different extruders. I've had the test thing on here. I've had the CR10 heavy duty. I had
It's a wonderful time to do furnace maintenance.
any kind of custom extruder you could think of. It's been on here.
Yeah, I'm excited to try this Chimera again on a stable printer. I've tried most of everything.
Here's what it came off. This thing.
What? Oh yeah.
Oh, son of a bitch.
That's actually meant for the Chimera, but I made it work for mine. I was an idiot. I ordered a right-handed extruder. Yeah. Apparently, the lever faces the wrong way on this, and there would be no way to open the latch.
You quit, Barry, just because you can make it better, and I know you could, but
I basically had to redesign the whole thing and rotate it 180. I had to flip it in Simplify 3D on the x-axis, so it would work with the right hand.
BMG,
And
yeah.
part cooling didn't work because it was completely backward. So I made an adapter that uses the Prusa Mark 2.5 fan duct, and it just mounted with the 2 bolts. There's 2 little holes here on the front of it, where they said for ABL stuff. I just used that 2.5 bolts and catch my part cool in there. It worked.
Just converted my furnace over to summer mode.
You're
It's
a
gonna
summer
snow
mode.
tomorrow.
Here's how that's going. If you, how I can see it.
Such a nice
That's how
looking
it works.
calibration cube.
Well, I got my base speed set at 120, and I got it going at feeder at 120. And I think it's just my acceleration is being limited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I was doing the speed test to see how far I can push it. I had 10,000 acceleration and 20 jerk, and it was interesting. Don't worry, I'll get a railcore eventually. It just any funding and all the funding for railcores is out of the picture at the moment.
Why don't you build a Voron 2.4? It's actually affordable now.
Yeah,
They took out a lot of the stupid stuff.
I really want to get the railcore because like I wanted to learn how to use Duet, and I was doing my own kind of Duet Prusa for a while. And the issue with that was like I was one of like 4 people doing it, so like the community of people that can help each other and learn how to use it was very small. But if I got a railcore, I think I would learn Duet and understand and grasp that firmware more. And I want to learn it. Like
it's interesting.
I don't want
to. I mean, I wouldn't have a railcore if I didn't get one for free.
Like I helped someone out with the railcore to get it up and going.
Sorry, I'm responding.
I've never worked with Duet. I never worked with railcore or any thing of that caliber, but I got him up and running, and I got him printing. So I was learning as he was learning. I'm just good at taking technical writing and stuff, convert it to something I understand. Oh, well, halfway through the cube, and it's only been 30 minutes.
I like to call this the Quarren gut.
Ooh.
The
I've,
Corn 15.
Quarren gut.
I've got one of those myself.
I didn't have this.
That monkey's got
badly.
that weirdo spool holder. That solid metal T-slot thingy.
Hey, my hope is one day I can acquire another printer that I can use towards building my Core XY that I keep talking about building. So that is my hope.
Well, if you're going to build a Core XY, you should use this motion system. It's pretty modular. As long as you can mount rails on the underside of your extrusion without any interference, it'll work on basically anything. It's not. It doesn't have to work on Ender 5.
Nice.
And it's very simple to print. It requires no support. It's like 6. Let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 10 parts for the motion system, and then whatever you want to do for X-axis carry.
Okay.
It's on my Thingiverse if you want to take a look. It's bank.
Yes, I will check that out because
Yeah,
I'm always open to new stuff.
Yeah, it's very easy to print. It uses minimum amount of bolt. It uses all M3 and M5 for everything.
Okay.
Yeah, real core is pricey. Someone just discovered the real core price. Yeah.
Real core is scary.
Yeah.
My Voron, I
So-
think I got it at like $1,200.
Yes. Kyle, you need to post your link to your Thingiverse so that we can all check it out. And look, it's the Edge of Nakedness, Ron.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey.
You know, I wonder if the Edge of Tech is going to get mad at me for using something like that.
You
It
might
should
want.
be the Edge of Naked. As long as you're not going by Nerdy J, I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, probably I'll be okay.
Yeah.
But then again, who knows?
All right. Whatever Thingiverse decides it wants to load.
Hey, Ron, maybe we should show off what you were DMing me this morning.
Oh, no, we're not going
Whoa.
to talk about that again, are we? Jesus, naked pictures alone that you sent me? Jesus.
Oh, what naked pictures? We want your naked prints.
Yeah, she wants your prints without any paint or clothes on it.
Yeah, probably.
Here you go, Devin. I got you.
Seriously,
I'm going to print one in the blue
put
CPU that I
that in
have.
like a random public spot.
Oh, it's gonna happen one of these days.
There we
I keep
go.
telling my wife though that I got to be careful. I gotta find a time to print one when there's no kids around.
Is that possible with the amount of kids you have?
No, it's not actually. There's never been a day. Well, I shouldn't say there's never been a day. There are very few days where I have that much time to be free to print where there are no children in the house.
Hey, 3D Jimmy's on. How you doing, buddy? Hopefully
Yeah, I
you're
hope
doing
he's
well.
doing better.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to see the Jimmy. He was on last time we were streaming too, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's Jimmy!"
Yes. We bombarded him with a bunch of questions. And,
Jimmy's now an internet star. What can we say?
yeah.
Hey, he doesn't even put out YouTube videos. What the hell?
Occasionally he takes over a stream just by being present.
Yep.
Thingiverse finally decided one below.
Chris wants to see his Jimmy.
Oh, I always want to see 3D Jimmy's Jimmy.
Oh, there's Paul Cumber is in the house too.
Yep, and
Mad
Monkey,
Monkey.
and Frostbite and Graybeard.
Yeah, it's a
Graybeard
crazy
hasn't
mix
jumped on
tonight.
stream, even though he technically has access to the link to get in here.
He could jump on if he'd like because I'm getting ready to jump off. I really need to get to bed because I've been having work issues lately and I do need to get some sleep.
Post a link for the mod.
Let's see. Did you send it to Discord? Or
No,
did
I
you send it?
put it in the live stream.
Oh,
So if anyone wants to take a look.
Nice. That means Patreon or someone's got to prove it because I don't have.
And I'm not on YouTube.
Patreon.com.
No, we can't. We don't have. We don't have to pay any. We don't have to pay any fees for that. So.
Oh, you know what?
It's like the YouTube take the bite out of every single one of your tacos.
Nice.
So
Oh, my buddy's playing Stardew Valley on Steam right now.
Stardew Valley.
I mean, I could just start playing Animal Crossing right
Yeah,
now.
actually, I'm not seeing it in YouTube. I jumped over to YouTube real quick. I don't see it in the YouTube chat. Give me a minute. Let me go to all chatter.
interesting.
I don't see it. I don't see
All right, well,
it.
if I go into Discord, it's probably gonna kick me out.
I think we have to be.
Well,
I think if we want to see YouTube, I think we have to be wrenched.
here's an idea. Do you know your Thingiverse number for it? Just give me that. real
Yes,
quick.
I
I'll
do.
find it.
1 moment, though.
That's fine. Give me a second.
It's thing number 4. Why?
Okay.
Thing number
Why?
4.
No,
Okay, we
it's-
got 4. We got 5. What's the next
I
number?
got a Thingiverse pad. It's a
Yeah, nothing
429
popped up.
429
4804.
804. All right, give me a minute to grab that, and I'll drop the link in chat real quick, and then I'm gonna head off.
Yeah,
to bed right
basically it'll work on any printer that has a flat top and doesn't use, and nothing is instructed on the underside of the 2020 extrusion for the top frame.
Okay, so it's the Ender 5 MGN 12H Core XY BMG Prusa.
Mumbo number 5.
Found you. Give me just a second, and I'll copy and paste for everyone.
That I made it where it
Oh, look
takes
at
notes
that.
of-
Mad Monkey already beat me to it, but you know what? Just to be a dick, there.
Well, Mad Monkey didn't put it down right. He forgot to add the slash.
Ooh,
Yeah. Well, there you go.
unacceptable.
Can't
added a
touch
period.
Mad Monkey with anything.
There you go.
Suck it
Okay.
long, suck it hard.
So what is this
Yeah.
for exactly?
This is to convert a cube style printer into a Core XY
Oh,
With very
okay.
minimum parts.
Nice.
Very
with,
simple to
with
print.
minimal parts. Yes.
It's total of like the actual motion system, about 10 parts. Then whatever you want to do for the X-axis carriage.
Well, if I had an Ender 5, I'd definitely think about that.
We don't have to go on Ender 5.
Yeah. It's any cube style printer that uses a 2020 extrusion.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't have one yet.
Well, then maybe you should get
Well,
one.
you, well, you can buy, for example, say the BLV frame for like $80 and build on top of that. You can use linear rods or linear rails for Z as well.
True.
Jordan, it's okay. It's all right to be jealous every now and then.
Hey, Keith is in the chat.
I mean, I've been thinking of building a 300 by 300 Core XY using the parts from my CR10 and just rebuild the
Even Keith is
CR10.
attacking. What the
Yeah.
hell?
We
Keith,
use a
what
lot
do I
of
do
the
to
parts
you?
already from there. You can use all the steppers and everything.
Yeah.
Control board.
I also got some spare steppers kicking around, which I can use as a external,
Oh,
as a secondary.
All in and may cost you
Extruder.
$110.
I'm trying to acquire. I'm trying to
Like the
acquire
rails-
another printer.
The rails are going to be like $22 each. That's $60 in rails.
Ooh.
About $20 in your idler. And then if you got the rest, like hot and all that stuff, you probably got kicking around. All in, maybe $110, $120.
Nice.
Yeah. So, sounds like that.
Like I'm right now, I got my acceleration set at 500 at 120, and I got 0 ringing and 0 ghosting, no corner bulge, absolutely nothing wrong with the print.
Nice.
And I,
Florida considered wrestling a necessary business. So
Florida is still just a wild thing.
Florida man is a real thing.
Florida
Florida
man,
Man is why COVID is so prevalent.
Well, I got some love on my Twitter. Someone loves my post here
I
about
love your
Japan
post.
vending machines.
ooh,
Somebody loves it about what?
Someone gave me some hearts for my vending machine talk
Oh.
out in Japan. I wonder who that was.
What kind of vending machines are they making?
Well, in Japan, they have everything from ordering your
Cinco.
food and you hand it to the cook in this damn restaurant, all the way down to you can get your beer in vending machines.
You can also get
Nice.
underwear in vending machines.
That's a
for-
myth, actually. I've
That's
not
not a
been able to
myth.
find that machine yet.
I
For
just
It's not a
saw.
myth. It's paper underwear.
So,
have
Oh,
paper underwear.
paper underwear.
okay.
Everyone needs paper underwear.
Yeah.
hey,
It's
does
a
anyone
really
watch Practical Printing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see it where he took a CR10 S5, I think, and
Oh,
he made it
yeah.
where the whole
CR5,
entire
yeah.
Z-axis moves forward and backwards instead of the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Yep. If you watch the recent video he did, he gave our boy Viking a shout out too.
Yeah,
That was
I
pretty
thought it
sweet.
was awesome. Like, I would never think of doing that.
Yeah. Well, that's where he got a bunch of slack a bunch of flack for calling it a Core XY when it wasn't. So now he calls it what do you call it now? A moving portal. I think is what he calls it now. So,
Nice.
So yeah, he's calling it the moving portal now, and he gave.
I don't care what he calls it. It's awesome.
It is. I mean, it really is. But like he said, he was looking into the biggest problem he's got now is with something that large with that much mass moving that stands that tall is that the waving at the top or the ringing at the top. So now he's looking at he's designing all kinds of crazy things, and
Later,
one of
Mr.
them
Buttram.
was
Good night, Buttram.
the ability to figure out how to minimize that with the motion. So basically to stop the top, like to stop it early so that as it kind of whips out that little bit, it's able to stay in line with the print. So he's working on
Like, what could work is if he had the belt
back to me.
where it ran on a stepper on the bottom of the frame, and it made like a triangle to the top, and attached on both sides on the top with like a belt clamp. So
Jimmy, this is for you.
so basically you have two, which would be your y-axis, have two belts running to the top of the frame, attaching at the top, making a triangle, and have it pull it forward and backwards that way.
yeah.
That would basically cancel any inertia at the top of the frame because it'll be constantly under a load.
You should jump on Twitter and actually throw that at him because he's been kind of going back and forth on ideas and stuff he was saying. So
Do you have a link to his Twitter?
let me go look real quick. I'll find him.
I'll definitely throw that at him because that could solve his issues. That would basically the top of the frame would be constantly supported at all times without any additional hardware.
Good night,
Here's something
David.
interesting. I just read that someone was posting out for fun. He's like, "What if you hooked up a turntable as your, turn your bed around?" I'm like, going, "Why?"
Polar
would you want to do
3D.
that?
Polar printers.
And what purpose would that give you if you had a spinning bed?
It's a very interesting motion system. They're really fun to watch. I don't know if there's really anything practical about it versus like a regular Cartesian. But yeah, that's one of Steve's pet. Wait, what? Not Steve. Bill.
Oh, Bill Steele?
Yeah, that's one of his.
I thought Bill Steele was still working on Chameleon. I thought it was someone else that was working on the Scarab. Or a Scarab.
Well, Bill moved on to do the Chameleon after he already designed the Chameleon or the Polar printer. The Polar 3D is Bill's company. So like the Polar printers and the Polar Cloud, that's all Bill.
Kyle, I don't know if you can see private chat, but
Sculpto 2 Pro, Joanne's Fabric is a spinning bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting. I don't know what the practicality is for a spinning bed. I can see it being used for any cylinder design, but I don't see a practicality for it. Is what I'm saying.
Tony's going to send out hypercubes.
What? I'll take a hypercube. Bring it on.
Yeah.
Well, they're saying
free
hypercubes. I'll take it.
I already printed a bunch of stuff for a hypercube.
Anyone who would turn down a free hypercube.
I got a box of parts. I just need the extrusions and everything else. You want to send it? Send it on.
I broke the Twitter.
I haven't even looked at hypercubes in a while.
Broke your Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Hypercubes.
I've been wanting to build a hypercube for quite some time, but I'm still debating if I want to go to standard hypercube and go 2020 or if I want to go with an evolution or 3030. So I'm back and forth on it, but I printed all the parts for an evolution, so
Why stop at
I
30?
know.
Why not go with 40?
I know Ziltech
I was-
sells the hypercube kits and stuff.
yeah, that's where I was looking is with Ziltech. I figure I get the frame and stuff, and then it's the printed parts, and then it's just a matter of either buying the electronics or, in like I said, I was thinking about acquiring a larger printer off someone and then just cannibalizing it for parts.
Well, one of the things that you can do is just go on to like Printed Solid and get the LDO motor kit for the Prusa LDO motor kit.
Mhm.
It depends on your build volume, first off, but you get pretty much 3 regular NEMA 17s and then 2 Z-axis with lead screws.
Yeah, I've actually I've already acquired a kit very similar to that, but yeah, this one's going to be probably the 3x3x400, so it's going to require larger lead screws.
Okay.
Yeah, we can approve links.
As long as you got a wrench, you're approved for giving links.
Yeah.
And it seems like Devin's cat's trying to say something to us.
Pixel kind of rolled on my laptop.
Yeah.
I'd roll on your laptop too. Just be like,
Please don't.
It's like do that thing where you're just like, how many words can I make by slapping the keyboard?
Approximately 1.
Right, I posted a comment on him. So he gets it.
Oh, all right, guys, I'm out. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Later.
good night.
I love sorting all my hardware.
Yeah, I got the drawer of miscellaneous bolts and nuts that I'm too lazy to sort.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much what my
Oh,
entire downstairs was until I decided to start sorting it.
Or you're like, I'm working on this printer and I'm upgrading it, so I'm just gonna throw all the spare parts in a box and I might use those later.
You never know. I've got boxes full of just random crap that I cannibalized from another printer.
Monkey, you know that when we go all Canadian on people, we just give them a beer and say, "Hey, drink it, boy," and we
Hey.
just call them hosers. Come on, you
Keep
know
this
it.
here.
Canadian beer sucks.
Canadian beer is much better than the U.S. stuff.
No, I was just trying to pick a fight.
all right.
So so how hard would it be to have a menu for the G73 command thing?
A menu?
Yeah, where you can have a menu where like you run it and it'll give you like a value of like how much it actually drifts with the temperatures. Kind of like with the probe accuracy. Where it'll tell you how accurate your probe is with temperature drift.
Huh. That would be an interesting add-on.
Actually,
because I mean, technically, the probe in the thermistor in the probe is as accurate as the thermistor in the probe would be. So it should be a known value.
Not the thermistor, the how much drift it has between the measurements from at your max temperature and your minimum temperature of your bed. So you know how much it's
the
drifting
drift
with
value.
the bed temperature.
Yeah, I think Prusa had that in their developmental stuff when they were doing that.
And you could
And
have, for
they can print it
example,
out.
and have it where you have a table that says like at a certain value it's unacceptable, which would be where with your first layer it would never lay down properly. So you know that there's possibly a hardware issue.
We do have really good microbreweries.
Hmm.
Our name brand stuff is
PBR?
pretty crappy. No. Like Sierra Nevada and Capital Brewing and whatever that place is out of California, Stone Brewery, and rebellion, something that's rebels. Hey, Ron, got any PBR over there? I don't mind a PBR, but that's not real beer. That's just stuff that we put alcohol in dirty water.
I like my hard mic.
It's $2 mystery beer. That's all it is.
I mean, over here we just personally myself, it's either Alexander Keith's IPA, or it's what's the other one I've been drinking? From one of the microbrewers out here. It's out in the Kawartha Lakes, and they have something called Red Dock, which is really smooth. Oh man, stuff's
Never really
lovely.
got behind beer.
Spotted Cow from
I've heard good things about Spotted Cow. Haven't tried it
I've
yet.
heard good things about it too, and I want to try it, but
it's
they don't
frickin'
carry
amazing.
it here.
I can't get it in Illinois either, even though it's made one state above. But I can get it in Iowa. I can get it in
No.
Michigan. I can get it in Indiana.
Cannot get it in Texas.
Oh well, it's because you're in Texas.
Oh, Pat Blue Ribbon is just.
Yeah, it's PBR.
Yeah.
Pabst
So-
Blue Ribbon, PBR.
I got a
Oh,
debate.
left hand, yeah. Left hand's
So-
good stuff too. Left hand.
Left hand
Mixed
is good.
Haven't tried left hand. Though then again, I have all the Canadian beers up here, like from all the microbreweries that seem to ship everything over to my local store, which is great. So I can get Keats if I want it, Sapporo, actually have Super Dry, which is two of the beers I miss from Japan. I have a place where I can go get Kirin Ultra Dry, which is something I really miss. But yeah, I gotta go downtown to pick that stuff up.
So I got a question for everybody.
Those are all Japanese beer companies.
So when setting up your simplified 3D profile for your
You don't.
extrusion width and multiplier, do you prefer to set your extrusion width at 4 and have it do it auto with a multiplier at 1? Or you prefer to have it where you set your extrusion width manually and you limit your extrusion multiplier?
Prefer not to use S3D.
Yeah.
It's always the battle. Man.
Right.
So
Which
this
is
is
the
just,
left?
I like
you're
Keith's answer.
yeah. They use open slipper slicer. Let's see here.
There's so many better options out there now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to the question. I'm just trying to think in my brain, like, is it better to set at 4 and let it do its funky math?
Its default extrusion width is 0.48, right?
Yeah.
On S3D. So
Yeah.
at that point, set it to .48 and then mess with your extrusion multiplier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is lesser of two evils.
Always calibrate. Doesn't matter.
I got my extrusion my E-steps dialed perfectly in. And I got my extrusion width at 0.4, multiplier at 1 with it set to auto for the width. And I am really, really good at accurate prints.
So what I did when I used E3D back in the day,
S3D. Yeah.
When I used S3D back in the day, I left the extrusion multiplier default, and then not the extrusion multiplier, sorry, the line width default at 0.48, and then I would just mess with the multiplier. I found that seemed to ease the burden on the slicer a little bit. When you go into setting custom line widths, it just kind of gums up the works a little bit for S3D.
Well,
My
computer doesn't really have a crunch in it because I got like a Ryzen 5 2600 overclock, so it chews through it quite quick. I can definitely hear my fans ramp up as soon as I press slice.
Yeah, it's because
I'll of course go to Mac.
Piece of crap.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean-
slowly switching over to Prusa slicer.
Huh?
I'm slowly switching all my printers over to Prusa slicer because I like it a little bit better.
It is pretty nice. I've been messing with Idea Maker lately, even though
Well, the reason I like it so much is I can just press print with their default profiles because I've basically got a Prusa hot in.
yeah,
Wait a minute. You've been dealing with an Idea Maker. Have you been drinking the llama Kool-Aid?
Viking
Idea
also
Make-
uses Idea Maker, so he taught me how to
Okay.
use it.
Idea Maker is, ugh,
I dabble in it.
it's like sadism right there.
I don't know. It's kind of like Prusa Slicer and S3D had a baby. So it
Like
took
ugly
some of the
baby?
good things of each, and then they kind of threw in some really dumb things. You know, it's kind of like, I guess it's not like a baby. It's like, let's say Prusa Slicer and Idea Maker made an uncle.
You know?
Is, that like,
That's Idea Maker.
is it like your weird Uncle Roy?
Yeah, it's like your weird uncle Idea Maker. And he's really cool and all. Like, he buys you cool stuff, and he's fun to hang out with, but he's also kind of creepy, and
Gives you bad
never
touch every
settled.
now and then.
he never settles down. And he's got these weird stories that make you feel like, wow.
So he makes
How's
you
that
feel
one?
creepy at the same time, makes you feel good. Interesting.
It's
That's
the
the whole-
uncle that tells all the conspiracy theories at Thanksgiving, and you're like, "Oh, Uncle Mike, we love you."
He
No,
means well.
seriously, guys, the Illuminati. We know, Illuminati.
Your Aunt Beth is in the Illuminati.
What?
Like your Aunt Beth is in the Illuminati, you know?
I'm in the Illuminati.
Yeah, me too.
How was I supposed to say that?
I fold $20 bills, and it shows me the pyramid of Illuminati.
I fold $20 bills and put them in Hooker's Hall.
Speaking of, does anyone want to, steal the Declaration of Independence? I'm kind of bored.
I'd be down.
I'm down. I mean, especially
I think
now,
we-
since security would be really low.
I think we can pull it off.
Yeah.
Well, you
What's
guys
that
trying to
one
find the
national
special
treasure?
map
That
on the back of it?
they'd have to violate
Hey.
social distancing to arrest us.
Where's
Yeah.
Sean
Yeah,
Bean
let's
right
stage
now?
it.
We gotta keep Sean Bean far away from us.
What if Nicolas Cage would be down?
Oh, by the way, if anyone is interested, I am homemaking TFT cables for the SKR Turbo and the
nice.
TFT35.
With the right connector on it?
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
got
I'll buy one.
It's got the flipped cable or the
I'll
flipped
buy
connector.
it. I'll buy it.
Hey, okay. I'm gonna pick some brains and try to hurt some brains, okay? So,
Burns! He's a zombie.
okay, so the SKR 1.2 Mini, right?
Yeah.
Has
Yeah.
an RGB header.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And the
That's for a 12 volt.
yeah. No, it's 5 volt.
Is it the NeoPixel or the actual?
It's NeoPixel.
Okay, so it's a 3-pin. Because when you
Yeah,
say
and,
RGB, they make a 4-pin RGB
And then they
connector.
got the LCD, the 126.4 for the E3 version of the LCD that they have. It has
Yes.
NeoPixels behind the knob.
Yes.
But the NeoPixels only officially work with SKR 1.3 with a dual ribbon cable. How hard would it be to hack in and basically reroute the NeoPixel to work on SKR Mini 1.3 or 1.2?
It should already. Wait.
It don't work. I
Oh,
tried.
on the screen?
Yeah, they're the ones that are around the knob. There's like 4
Ah.
NeoPixels on the screen around the
Yeah.
knob. But
That's
with
right.
their board that's meant to work with the Ender 3, and their board is meant to go in the Ender 3, but their NeoPixels, I've never gotten to work no matter what firmware revision I've tried.
You know what? Let's build something.
Huh.
So I followed their guide to the T on what pin to define and everything.
I've never looked at that board. Oh, we lost Naked Ron. Now he's back.
I had to go get naked.
I never looked at that board because, like, with the NeoPixels, it's odd. Like, it's such a new thing, and I'm sitting here going, like, okay, I know they make it with the screen, so that should be all built in, and I know they make it. I just
Because what I looked through is they run some of the pins to the EXP2 header for
Yeah.
some stupid reason. when there's a few extra pins that are in the EXP1 that you could have used and just shared the 5-volt power.
Yeah. You'd probably have to talk to someone. The NeoPixels on the E3 TFT work through their TFT's firmware. So I guess this is what Keith is saying.
I used their firmware and it would not turn on at all. And I hooked them up directly too. I pinned it out, ran the wires directly with the jumpers, and I couldn't get it to work.
Huh.
But I do have an SPR 1.3 in the printer now, so I probably can get it to work. But I only got one ribbon cable connected for now. So I'm lazy.
Huh.
And another thing that might tickle your fancy, the NeoPixel port on the SPR 1.4, you can actually output 5 volts and control a fan.
Yeah, you can control a fan with that, or you can steal 5 volt off of any of the
PW or the
No, this is where you can turn it on and
stop.
off.
Yeah, so you can use it as a PWM style fan.
Yeah, that's what you got to do when you blow up your main part cooling fan port.
Oh, best glue to use to get PLA or PETG to stick is Glue 3D. And that stuff, you got to buy it for the brand that requires for what you're gluing.
Or this.
Yeah, 3D Gloop.
Yeah.
Or nanopolymer adhesive.
Well, no, this is for joining parts.
Oh.
Or you can just use a flame thrower and try to get them to stick
Epoxy.
together when they're melted.
Oh, come on, Princess Messy Desk. You're going to tell this guy to use epoxy
Oh,
when you're like the 3D Gloop fanatic?
I love 3D Gloop,
See?
but
Oh,
I've
Here it is.
actually had really bad luck joining PLA and PETG together with Gloop.
Well, he says
I don't think you can
PLA
join them
or
with Gloop.
PETG.
Yeah, no, like PETG on PETG with PETG Gloop is great. PLA on PLA with PLA Gloop, great. PLA and
That's
PETG
right.
together,
Yeah,
no.
because Gloop welds them together.
well, if you're
You gotta
gonna
super glue that.
connect those two different types of plastic, then you're gonna want to use super glue or epoxy.
Yeah, super glue or epoxy.
Yeah, but
epoxy.
super glue for PETG to PLA. Super glue works great as long as you super glue in a spot that's not going to be visible.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
that's
you
why
get
I
a
say
flush line.
epoxy because it's a little better, easier to get a cleaner seam.
I do
Yeah,
love
but it goes
two-part
down
epoxy.
thicker.
This is true.
you just
Okay.
stand it down and do your
You know
work.
what? I would get a welder, one of those 3D print welders, and just weld it together.
Just
Oh,
use a 3D
you
pen.
mean like use a 3D pen and just go around? Yeah,
Yeah.
that could work.
Speaking of, I need to do a project with my 3D pen. I haven't opened it still.
That's all I
I don't
bought a
even have
3D pen
one.
for was to weld parts together. Like, it looks ugly, but they'll stay stuck together pretty well. What's the filament again, Chris Freeze? I forget. I know you were talking about it earlier. If it's protopasta, I can send you a profile that should work with it. If it's something else that's clogging, there's
you
quite
can
a
just
few
take-
things.
You could take
Maybe
off
your
that
traction-
Persia heat break and have
One
a
thing
nice
I could-
time.
One thing I could recommend for if you're dealing with clogs and so on forth, there's get someone that has a cleaning filament or a purge filament. Run that through your hot end, then try using that filament again if it's jamming up. That usually will help anything go through.
Or there's this revolutionary new hot end that just doesn't clog.
Yeah, you should get a Nova. Never clogs, but every once in a while it jams.
So instead of clogging, you have to deal with jamming. Okay, yeah, I think I can deal with that.
I had clogs like I never, ever, ever with my MK3 never had a problem printing frickin' actually, Warcocky, you were there when this happened. It was
Yeah.
at Murph. And never had an issue printing protopasta on my MK3.
It's done.
Then Keith comes over and goes, you haven't had issues printing this? I was like, no. And then I immediately started having issues printing it.
I
Because I got-
did not get protopasta print on my MK3.
I just switched out the heat break on my MK3 to a regular E3D heat break. And it never had issues since.
But I did a 20-hour print with protopasta last night on the Rays.
Here's how it turned out.
Nice. Hold on. Oh yeah, that's a cool cube.
That is a cool cube.
Oh, it's even got a bridge in there.
Yeah, bridge, string in the side. You got your XY. You got overhang.
Nice.
All of it. It's a Voron calibration cube. You get on it. It's on their GitHub and their printable parts or test prints.
That's awesome.
That's decent print quality, right? It's 0.2 layers.
Yeah, the Sinon fan helps a lot.
Yeah, I got
Super
a
clean.
Winston fan.
Good old Winston. The Amazon special.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but you're
okay.
Graybeard. You have one of those
Replacing-
fancy Mark IIIs that have special abilities that print good.
So OEM
I got line print's decent.
off of
Yeah.
Warcocky's. Well, did he sell out of them already?
Sinon fans?
No, the other one. I know.
Oh, the.
This is TPU.
Ooh.
I don't know if I'm wrenched. I am wrenched here. So that is the new fan that Orlando has.
Oh, yeah, his new fan's really good. It's quieter,
Yeah.
too, than the Sinon fan.
It's bearing, so it's like
And it's really like Pokemon.
it's not maglev, so you don't get that weird as it moves. It lasts longer. It actually has more CFM than the Sun-On fan.
Yep.
And slightly more static pressure too, which is
There's one issue with maglebs though, is if you have on a really fast moving print head,
It just
because it's a
clicks.
floating bearing, you can get some weird noises coming out of
That's-
it.
Oh, yeah.
that's what I'm
why,
talking about. That's why I hate
Yeah.
it.
That's why I had to get away from him, too, because I was like, well, I'm
What
glad
if-
now. Like, now I can buy really good fans. Like, I'm not
What if you
restricted to
shock
5
mounted it
volts.
with like TPU?
Well, it's the actual bearing, because there is no bearing, so the magnet isn't strong enough on fast moves.
Yeah, so it
So you'll
floats.
hear click, 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 or
What
stutter,
if-
stutter,
what if-
stutter.
What if you put it on a gimbal?
I mean, then you would, then you wouldn't have it on your printer.
No, have a gimbal mounted magleb on your hot end for parkouring.
Yeah. So I've got the Megatronics fans.
They're
I got-
powerful.
I got those coming to replace most of the fans on my printers.
The nice
except-
thing about the Mechatronics,
for-
they don't make noises they're not supposed to, but they're just so damn powerful. So, but you can in
Yeah.
Marlin reduce how much
got-
power they put out. So,
I'm gonna put
Yeah.
one on this Hamera. I'm
I
gonna
got
see
this
how
one.
how low I can get the RPMs down before it starts heat creeping like crazy.
Like I bought this 15015 fan from Amazon that I cannot find anymore. It was like branded like MX, I think. That thing put out a stupid amount of airflow, and it was not really loud. Surprisingly, it was just had a really nice whoosh to it. Sounded like deep. It didn't sound loud and whiny. It like put twice as much as any other one of my 5015s at the same speed. I can't find them anymore. And I looked for the listing, and now it's some weird other product that they put as a placeholder.
I blame
I had
Canada.
a stepper motor
Oh,
go bad
thanks.
on
Blame
me
us.
yesterday. I've never had a stepper motor
What's
go
up,
bad
Matt?
on me. It's
I
weird.
thought-
Had
stepper
one
motor.
get clunky on me.
Well, my Y stepper motor on this one seized up, and I physically tried to twist the shaft on it. It was like, and I'm like, ooh,
Have you ever demagnetized the stepper motor?
huh?
Have you ever managed to demagnetize a stepper motor?
Demagnetize?
Funny story. So the SKR Mini 1.2, there's a major flaw in it that I discovered. Is when you power over USB and you mess up a print and you kill the main power to stop the printer, but you turn it back on with the still power over USB, the TMC steppers seem to lose communication to the MCU, but it never
Yeah.
reports it. So you never know that happened. And so when you run a print again, it runs at 2.4 amps and it puts it to a pancake stepper and it gets scorching hot.
Yeah.
I
I
managed
think It was just an old stepper. I think I just broke it. I put too much torque on it.
No, don't break it.
I'm going to bed. It's almost midnight.
Good night. Oh, it is
Yeah,
almost midnight.
Pushing midnight.
Come on,
It's
it's
pushing
supposed
after
to be
midnight
midnight.
here.
All right, everyone go to bed. I'm going to bed. Oh shoot,
This
this
has
Sanyo
been the
Dinky.
core Chris Ward. I can't.
You know what's going to happen? That
Chris Warwicki.
everyone's going to go to bed, and I know Devin's going to stay up playing her game all night long.
I'm gonna play a little bit of Animal
No,
Crossing
I'm
before I go to bed as
working
well.
on stuff right now, and it's pissing me off.
Oh,
No,
what's wrong?
Don't poop the pilot.
Because people ask for tech advice, and then they go buy stuff before we can even give said advice, and then wonder why what they bought doesn't work.
Oh,
If
that's
Isn't
you
that
let
normal
that-
for everyday
Yeah.
use, though?
yeah.
That's normal. If you let that get you mad, then you're always going to be perpetually mad. You just have to say, "Hey, I'm fully
the world,
expecting
tech
this to
support.
go wrong."
Oh no, I'm mad at my code because my code doesn't work, and I don't actually know why.
That's your fault.
Yeah, of course it's my fault because it's my code.
I'm
Did you
out.
try recompiling again?
Yes.
Did you try turning it off and turning it on again?
No,
Try unplugging your toaster.
unplugging my what?
Unplugging your toaster.
That always helps.
I'm gonna go unplug the toaster. Wait, we don't own a toaster.
That's
You can't
the
unplug
That's
the
the problem.
toaster.
Let me guess, you own a
Bagel
you
maker.
probably want a microwave, right?
I do own a microwave.
Oh, unplug the microwave. See, that works.
Unplug
Yeah.
the microwave. That's gonna help my code problems.
Reboot the
You never
microwave.
know.
Okay, I'm gonna go unplug my microwave once we get off stream.
Then you gotta reboot it.
Okay, I can reboot the microwave.
You guys are cute.
Hey, we're
On
trying
that-
anything other than her having to recompile code.
If it doesn't work, should I try unplugging the fridge or the washer next?
Here's my advice.
This is
I would
Microsoft
unplug
Tech.
everything.
If it doesn't work, just start over.
Hey, try to call Microsoft Tech support.
Okay, it's only 4,000 lines of code, and I've got a deadline of Saturday. I can redo that, no problem.
Yeah.
What you need to do is
Yeah.
go on a shady website and call Microsoft Tech support. They'll help you.
They'll ask if you just turned it on and off again.
And ask if I'm using Internet Explorer.
Yes.
No,
You
they
want
know
the wireless
Internet Explorer doesn't work. They'll ask you if you're using Edge. Get it right.
Oh wait, no,
Yeah.
Internet Explorer is Dell tech support.
They're evolving.
They're evolving. All right, on that note, good night, world. Good night, Naked Ron. Good night, Joe. That's already left. Good night, Kyle, and good night, Devin. Good night, Chris and Paul and Jimmy and Graybeard and Stacy and Paul and Chris.
You know, we need that
Freeze
mirror
and
from
this is
Romper Room
Keith
where, you know,
and
where she's
Matt
looking for the
Dobb
mirror.
and
You're
Kit
oh, no.
and Joe Mike and Stacy and Bob and all
Susie.
of the rest, Richard Crook and 3D Board Gamer. Good night. Happy
Oh, sweet Christmas.
having a
night.
poop before bed.
Stay safe, everybody.